Hey guys, this email is going out to everybody who was in a supernatural training at some point, whether the first, second, or third training, or all three of the trainings. And I just want to encourage you with this: don't overcomplicate it. This past week, I actually had the opportunity to pray for three different people and prophesy over them and speak words of knowledge into their life. And one was a guy; he's a college-age student, probably about 20 years old. Anyway, saw him sitting there, just went up and talked to him and started talking to him about all kinds of stuff. Spiritual things came into the conversation. Kind of figured out where I stood. I figured out where he stood. He's a believer. And so I asked him if I could pray for him. And then we began to pray. And in that moment, God gave me some pictures for him. I said, "Hey man, have you ever been prophesied over? Like, you're studying prophecy right now." He was reading in the prophets. I'm like, "Hey, you're studying prophecy. Have you ever been prophesied over? That's how you're going to understand prophecy better." And so I began to prophesy over him. Began to speak the pictures. Actually, God just gave me a couple little pictures. I began to speak those pictures over his life. Great breakthrough. And I saw that guy three more times last week. I was in Springfield. I saw him three more times and got the opportunity to talk with him again and pour into him some more. That relationship is still strong. Another teenager I ran into, she was sitting there downcast. I just came up to her and said, "How's it going?" And she had been sitting in the same spot studying for hours, 3 days in a row. And I'd seen her 3 days in a row. And I'm like, it would be a shame that nobody came up to her. And she was down every time I looked at her. No one came up to her and just asked her how she's doing. So I did. Asked her how she's doing. And she opened up, just started talking about all kinds of different stuff and the things she's facing, struggles she's going through. So I asked her if I could pray. She didn't know I'm a pastor. She didn't know, any of this kind of stuff. Just some random guy that saw her. And so we prayed. God broke through in an amazing way. I started prophesying over her, started seeing pictures for her and just telling her about it. And then she started crying, like, because Holy Spirit was working on her. And she looks at me and she's like, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "Listen, that is not anything you're doing or anything I'm doing. Holy Spirit is going to work on you because he loves you. Jesus thinks you're amazing." And just got to pour into her after that. Really cool thing. She came from my friends with me on Facebook. There's just good connections being made. Another person came into our classroom, and we as a class were praying over the person. So I began to pray, and all I did the entire time, other people were praying because they were very spiritual pastors who had way more important things to say, I'm sure. So I didn't say anything, except for as I laid hands on this person, I just listened for God and looked for pictures from him. And what happened is that God gave me a picture for her of gears coming together, and this really complicated gear system, but it could not come together. It had to come together. So I shared that with her after the prayer was done. I was like, "This is what I feel like the Lord shared with me." And what was amazing is, as I'm sharing that, another guy in the class gets a text message with a picture of complicated gears coming together. He's a biker, like a motorcyclist, and all these gears coming together in this picture. And he flips his computer around and shows us, and he's like, "Is that what you saw in the spirit?" Like, wow, because God shows off and gives confirmations of his word, and that's how you know you're hearing from God. And actually, that one happened first, which is what gave me more confidence to walk into those other spaces and know that I was hearing from God, is because I had that specific confirmation early on. Step out in faith, take those risks in faith, and you never know how and when God will confirm it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just walk into a space and be Jesus to somebody, and you're going to see the supernatural work in an amazing way. Thanks for engaging with this. I hope this encourages you, and I hope you do it, because the gold's in the doing. All right.